If you watched my last video, which was a review of the Sony A7 III,
by far my favorite feature on this new camera is the improved battery life. I've been shooting on it all day. I'm at like 70% still.
you may remember that I said I tried to hook up my Canon 16-35 lens with a Metabones adapter to that A7 III with no success.
I tried to put my Canon 16-35 on a Metabones adapter onto this camera, and I couldn't get it to work. It would go full widescreen, or if I backed it off, like I put the lens on, I didn't lock it all the way in, and if I backed it off a touch, I could get an image, but I didn't have any control over focus or aperture.
The first time I did it, it was a super glitchy image. The second time, it was just completely white on the screen. So, we're gonna try and figure out what's going on with these things. Now, keep in mind, I bought this Metabones adapter off like a Craigslist deal like 6 months ago. It was a fantastic deal, that's why I got it, but it was in pretty beat up shape. So there's a very good possibility, in fact, that it's just my Metabones adapter. That being said, it does work on my other Sony bodies, so I'm hoping it's just like a firmware update or something, but anyways, we're gonna figure that out. Let's go to the studio.
Yo, welcome to the dojo. So my commercial production company is called Dojo Built, hence this is the dojo, where we build things, we create things, we make things, all related to video and photo. So quick tour around the studio, and then we'll dive in and figure out what's going on with this lens. Gigantic door so that we can get big things in the studio. Couch for people to chill on, director's chair, set where I film all of my green light shooting stuff, which is my other YouTube channel. What's going on, guys? Chad here with Green Light Shooting, and welcome to this new video. Today we are talking about tactical shooting gloves. Product setup number one, gear cases, workbench, editing station. This is the lens we're trying to get it to work with, the 16-35 Canon 2.8 L2. We also have a Metabones EF to E mount. I want to say this is the Metabones 4, but I can't find where the actual product name is on it. But anyways, this is what we're dealing with.
Here's the camera right here, the lens, the Metabones. I'm on my phone right now so that I can film what I see on the A7 when I hook this thing up. So I'm gonna hook this Metabones up, show you what the screen looks like, and we'll go from there. Okay, so this screen was just completely black. Now it's on. I have no control over the aperture, as you can see, and it's stuck at 0.7, which this thing only goes to a 2.8. So obviously there's something funky going on there. Obviously no focus control at all. So I just took the lens off, put it back on, and we're back to the white screen. So if I untwist the lens a bit, you see how I can get an image now? And then if I lock it down, I go straight to white. And just to show you that this Metabones does work with other bodies, here's the same lens, the same adapter on my Sony A7S body. And as you can see here, we have a completely normal image. Let's see if I can get it up here and show you guys what we're looking at. And it does have control of aperture. So it's not just that the Metabones itself is bad, it's something about the connection with this camera. All right, so I'm currently on Metabones' website. I have read through their firmware update info. I believe I already have this update, but I'm gonna update it anyways. So I have downloaded it. And would you look at that, there is a new update. So I'm going from 57 to 58, advanced mode on those things. It doesn't say compatibility issues, but hopefully. I'm also gonna click smoother autofocus for video recording. By the way, that's how it's hooked up. And update. Whew, it's moving pretty quick too. Here we go, newly updated Metabones adapter on there first. And 16-35. Now the real question. Do we have an image? Woo-wee. Here we go. On. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh, still stuck with a white screen and 0.7. Man, I really thought that was gonna work. Dang it. So I'm watching videos on YouTube about it, and it seems to be fairly common. In fact, this one I have the same problem after updating the firmware, and it only gives me a 9.9 aperture and it won't allow me to change it. Well, I tried this other lens on here, a 24 to 105, to make sure it wasn't the lens, and it's reading a 9.9 aperture, and nothing will change on it. So, unfortunately, it looks like a fairly common problem, but I'm not giving up just yet. Here it is, a new Metabones Mark V adapter. That was the backup plan. That's all. That was the last line of defense. That's all I had left. So I really hope this thing works. Let's try it out right now. I also picked up a new card. We got a shoot today that we need this thing for, so fingers crossed. Here we go. I really hope this works, guys. All right, so there's the new one. There's the old one. I wonder if I need to upgrade this firmware. It's got a couple different buttons on there. Here's the old one, by the way, so you can see so that's the difference there. This is the Mark IV, I think. This is the Mark V. All right, moment of truth. Oh, I can see the autofocus already moving, so that's a good sign. Yes! Yes, I have control over aperture. I have autofocus. Yes. That's $400. Okay, so that fixed it. The Mark V Metabones works with the A7iii body. The Mark IV, I think, does not. Well, it's not really the solution I was looking for, but it's the only one I could find that worked. So the old Mark IV, the new Mark V. And the Mark V is the one that works. I really, really needed it to work. We're headed out to a shoot to do some real estate right now with the 16 to 35, and I needed that lens. It's much cheaper in the end for me to buy a $400 new Metabones than it would be to buy a $2,000 new 16 to 35 Sony lens. So I'm honestly, in the end, I'm happy it worked out. I don't know that it was super valuable for you guys, but if you're having issues with your A7iii body and your Metabones, and you don't have the newest Metabones, there you have it. I guess you need it. So it's unfortunate, but at least it does work. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button. This is a new channel, so all your support, subscriptions, likes, everything is really gonna help us out. The next video I've got coming out is I'm gonna document how I shoot these houses. So if you're interested in getting into real estate video and how to shoot and how I shoot them, that's what's coming up. So thanks so much for watching. See you next time on Greenlight Live.